Asha, and I like the river because the water's sometimes hot, but sometimes it's cold, and you can find lots of different places. I like the water because you can swim in it and make things. I like the water because you can swim it and make sandcastles.
Good.
Mine's got no water in it. Mine's got no water in it. I got something floating in mine. I got sand in mine.
Me too.
It's like this. Just. I'll drink it. Don't drink it! Ew! I did. It looks really clear, but probably not. No.
You have to clean
It's
before.
got like fish poo and wee and sand. Dawn, that could run down your sleeve. Dawn, you're wasting the river water. Ha 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 ha. My name's Leela and I like water because when there's different levels of the water, you can make sounds. I like it because you can't even see it. Only one bad thing about water, when we went kayaking, because we have an inflatable kayak, we went walking down the river and my brother, he fell out and he almost died. That's the dangerous thing about a river. That's the dangerous thing about a river. Because we see kangaroo.
The dangerous part about a river, if it's near the ocean, you could get swept out and drown. It happened to me, I don't like it.
That's the river.
Because the river was going out, there's a current, you walk across, next week
When you're near the ocean, and rivers are near the ocean too, there's a mouth called the mouth of the river, I think it was. And water's dangerous, especially in conditions like this, where the current's strong and the water's deep. Bye.
Empty.
Why'd you go on a walk for water?
Because it's really clear up there.
It's really clear down here, thank you very much.
And we felt like walking.
Dad, you have to tell a story.
Haha.
Why you
Tell
like
me
water?
it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Mine's got no. I'm having a picnic for my birthday.
Do you like the river?
Yes?
What do you like about the river?
Well, you can drink it and it keeps you alive. And without water, you die. So you need the river.
Yeah, Lamb was a wonderful place for a boy to grow up because, of course, there were, you know, rabbits to shoot and ponies to ride, and the Murrumbidgee River, you know, just which you can see only a couple of 100 metres away, which in those days was full of trout and Murray cod and perch. It was before the cart got here, so there were really endless things to do, and the river was quite a big part of that because it was a place to swim in the summer and catch fish for the rest of the year, and always a sort of a wonderful environment to bring friends home from school or relatives that were staying. There was sort of built-in entertainment, and the river was a very significant part of that, as well as being a water source for the garden that's here, and a, you know, permanent water for livestock and other things that go with rural life. So yeah, it was a sort of idyllic existence for a child to grow up in, and you know, I have 3 sisters, and they all, you know, enjoyed the same experience, and I'm sure it was as meaningful to them as it has been for me. Yeah, and subsequently my children who have grown up here. After I left school, I travelled overseas for a couple of years and also worked on bigger properties in New South Wales and started a little rural contracting business, which at that time I ran from town. And about 20 years ago I moved here with what was then my 3 children, which soon became 4, and so they've all had the opportunity to grow up here and largely enjoy the same benefits that I did as a child. In some ways, they've probably even had a better run at it, in that, you know, the facilities and the capacity to get in and out of Canberra is much easier than it was 40 years ago or more. But nonetheless, it's been good for them, and they continue to come home when they can, and we've still got 2 of them living here. So I went to school in Tharwa through the primary school years, and all my children have had varying degrees of time at Tharwa because, as you know, the school closed at one stage, and there were certain sort of uncertainties even prior to that. But they've all had you know, some time at Tharwa, and the older 2, I think, had all their primary schooling at Tharwa. Yeah. The farm's important to the sort of overall picture, but I'm not entirely reliant on it, and it's really not substantial enough to raise a family on and do all the other things that we need to do. And so I run a rural contracting business from here, and I employ a number of people on that, and have done that all my working life, really. And it's a wonderful spot to be able to do that from, because it's got the proximity to the big centre of Canberra, and yet it's far enough out to maintain its own identity and to be able to get out of the big sort of urban centre, which is a lovely thing if you can do it. Yeah. Yeah. I think generally, you know, when I was a kid growing up here, and I'm sure other people of my age, well, hopefully they'll confirm what I'm saying, but I think generally the river had more water in it in those times, that the average level was probably greater than it has been, let's say, for the last 10 years. But the Murrumbidgee has always gone through stages of drying right up and stop running, even though it goes back to big pools and there's always water. So the extremes, I don't think the extremes have changed, but I think the sort of average flow has certainly got less over my life anyway. And I guess even that's a short segment to sort of judge the history of the flow of the Murrumbidgee by someone, you know, in their 50s. But yeah, certainly in my life it gets to a very low level more easily and more quickly than it used to, you know, when I was a boy mucking around here. Yeah, I mean, that's the proof will be in the pudding with that, isn't it? They're saying they'll only draw water at times of when the Murrumbidgee's flowing at a level that, you know, won't one way or another won't make a significant difference, like now, I suppose. And that they say that they won't draw water there when the flow is very low, because obviously their capacity to draw water at a very low flow would be enough to stall the Murrumbidgee downstream of them, and that would be a shame if they sort of artificially stalled the river, unnecessarily or unnaturally gave this stretch of the river, starved for water when it most needed it. I hope that doesn't happen, and I'm confident that those sort of environmental concerns have been looked at. Actually, certainly saying that they're mindful of that and will only take water when there's, a pretty big water flow here.